Africa to collect all his army to go and fight with the Egyptians and with the sons of Jacob.
So now he's over the band of an African tribe. Him, and of course there's some Edomites amongst them that was taken with him because he was high under Esau's royalty. He goes over into Africa and try to stir up the Africans to fight against the Egyptians because we are in Egypt, because the Israelites are in Egypt. Read.
And Japheth enticed Angeas, king of Africa, to collect all his army to go and fight with the Egyptians and with the sons of Jacob, and to avenge of them the cause of his brethren. And Angeas would not listen to Japheth to do this thing, for Angeas knew the strength of the sons of Jacob.
Angeas wasn't stupid. He's like, listen, I'm not going against those guys over there. I mean, these guys was climbing over walls, scaling walls without even touching them. He's like, listen, I'm not messing with Jacob right now. They're with their God. I'm going to leave them alone. Read.
Verse 5. But Angeas would not listen to Japheth to do this thing.
So Japheth had this indignation, wanted to continue this fight against Jacob. Read.
For Angeas knew the strength of the sons of Jacob, and what they had done to his army in their warfare with the children of Esau.
So it was proclaimed what he did to the Edomites. So why would he put his army in jeopardy when the Edomites was known for warfare? And not one died of Jacob in that war when Japheth was held captive. Read.
Verse 6. And Japheth was in those days very great in the sight of Angeas and in the sight of all his people. And he continually enticed them to make war against Egypt, but they would not.
They wouldn't touch that. Read.
Verse 7. And it came to pass in those days, there was in the land of Kittim a man in the city of Puzima.
Now, remind you, we went into Genesis earlier and showed you Kittim or Chittim, which is modern day Cyprus or Greece, was originally Asian. They were Japhetic people. Now that's a separation right there. At this time, Japheth is not in Chittim or Greece. These are Asians in Greece. Chittim is Greece. Japheth and the Edomites at that time were in Mount Seir. Follow me here. Read.
Jasher 60 and 7. And it came to pass in those days that there was in the land of Kittim a man in the city of Puzima, whose name was Uzu, and he became degenerately deified by the children of Kittim. And the man died and had no son, only one daughter, whose name was Janiah.
Go ahead.
And the damsel was exceedingly beautiful, comely and intelligent. There was none seen like unto her for beauty and wisdom throughout the land. And the people of Angeas, king of Africa, saw her, and they came and praised her unto him. And Angeas sent to the children of Kittim, and he requested to take her unto himself for a wife. And the people of Kittim consented to give her unto him for a wife. And when the messengers of Angeas were going forth from the land of Kittim to make their journey, behold, the messengers of Turnus, king of...
Let's go to the 61st chapter. Go to 61. Let's go straight to it. Okay. You at 61 now?
Mm-hmm.
Go down to the 8th verse.
Jasher, chapter 61, verse 8.
Go ahead.
And amongst the servants of Angeas was a youth 15 years old. Balaam, the son of Beor, was his name. And the youth was very wise and understood the art of witchcraft.
So they was dealing with witchcraft and evil back then. Read.
Verse 9. And Angeas said unto Balaam, Conjure for us, I pray thee, with the witchcraft, that we may know who will prevail in this battle to which we are now proceeding. And Balaam ordered that they should bring him wax, and he made thereof the likeness of chariots and horsemen.
So they went into all this witchcraft and all that because Japheth wanted to consent to be able to fight against Egypt. Go down to, I don't even want to go into that. Read the 11th and 12th verse. Read the 12th verse where Japheth went after that.
Jasher chapter 61 verse 12. And when Zaphod the son of Eliphaz saw that Angeas despaired of going forth to battle with the Egyptians,
when they seen that they couldn't win this war because the Africans were dealing with all that, witchcraft and all that. So they went to some type of seer to see if they could win the war. And he's like, nah. Zaphod, the son of Eliphaz, saw that Angeas despaired of going forth to the battle with the Egyptians. What happened after that?
Zaphod fled from Angeas from Africa, and he went and came unto Kittim.
He went and came unto where?
And he went and came unto Kittim.
He went to Greece next. This is the first connection between the sons of Esau and Europe. Get your map. Kittim is Greece, Cyprus. That's your first connection between Esau and Europe. Now I understand why they took the book of Jasher and they hid the book of Jasher from the people. It ties in the history of all the people of the earth. Now there's more. Go to the 13th verse.
Verse 13. And all the people of Kittim received him with great honor.
All the people of Kittim, which we know are Asians, the whole land was Asia. Go ahead.
And all the people of Kittim received him with great honor. And they hired him to fight their battles all the days. And Zaphod became exceedingly rich in those days. And the troops of the king of Africa still spread themselves in those days. And the children of Kittim assembled and went to Mount Cuptizia on account of the troops of Angeas, king of Africa, who were advancing upon them. And it was one day that Zaphod lost a young heifer, and he went to seek it, and he heard it lowing round about the mountains.
Okay, let's stop there because it goes into all types of details of how he became great in the land of Kittim. We don't want to read the whole story. We're just showing you how they got there. There's more. There's more. I want to go into the one that shows their presence in Rome.
24 and 25.
Huh?
Verse 24, 25.
24 and 25. So that's Greece right there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's get the one in which we can show how the Edomites first went into Rome, which was originally Asia. If you notice, Russia and all those European isles are connected right next to China. A matter of fact, the people, which are the Mongols near the mountains, are dark-skinned Asians. They're the residue of the Japhetic people that were in the land. And I'm going to tell you this too. Don't be deceived and think that Russia is separate from the rest of his brothers. Okay, he's just playing both sides of the fence purposely, but he was planted there as one of the brothers of Esau. Okay, he's not against America like that. They're together. I'm talking about the rulerships, the rulers of America, which is really Europe. Europe controls America. Okay? The Jewish people fund the Russians. That's why the Russians run loose all in America and over the drugs and all. They're the strong arm of Esau. But it's a whole nother lesson to go into. You got their priesthood, which are sorcerers, which are Amalek, the Jewish people. You got their strong arm or their mafia that fights all, do the dirty work through the seeds in Russia. Then you have the royalty of them, which are dukes and all that you can read in Genesis 36, up in Britain. They're the royalty parts of Esau. Then you have the wise men and scientists of Esau, which are in German, which is Teman. They're all working together in unison. While you thought there was a fight between communism and American democracy, while you was looking at this game they play on TV, the Russians and America was up in space building a space station together, together. While they have you thinking that they fighting against each other. No, that whole family are together.